I just realized I had muted my microphone. I was talking, but no one could hear me. Hello, Shu. Boss wasn't here today. And then... So, the plan today... Hello, Olethros. I don't know why I pronounce your name in such an interesting way, but I just do. So today I think the plan is to finish naming these things. And I had a plan for naming the days of the week. Since we're naming them after the moon phases, it makes sense to name them this way. I don't have a word for... I think I forgot to save my awkwards. I forgot to save my awkwards. Ah ha ha ha. I am so smart. Okay. One sec, just gonna fix this problem and then we can get back to the actually fun stuff. So how have your guys' week been so far? I keep forgetting they do a tab for each space. There we go. Oh, that's... Whoops. Hello, who is this new person? Or are they my good friend Cactus? I am doing fairly well. Woke up with a small headache this morning, but otherwise, life is good. Though my throat's been killing me these past few days, and recording audio has not been fun. So, video production has slowed down a bit. There we go, and then I want that to be T. And I want to grab... There we go. Okay, and now we have a word generator again. I'm going to save that. Okay. Oh. Whoops. Save. Generate. So we need a word for new. Let's do ngoo. Yeah, that's how you would spell that. Ngoo. No, that's how you would spell that. There we go. So, new. Go back to... You're welcome. Hello, Congress. So, ngulier. 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 There we go. And then so new moon, or the first day of the week is literally just called new moon. Think that's easy enough. Then the full moon, not thinking of saying full, said I'm gonna do. You can probably hear my dogs in the background barking. Instead, we are going to do. One sec, just opening up my drink. Something different. Old. To get the antonym of new and many other words, you use the negative form of it. So literally not new. So ngulier. There we go. And the only difference between those two words is the pitch accent. But that also sets us up so that if they get rid of pitch accent, or these become homophones, we can set up a new situation where the villagers would have to think up of a new name. God damn, the dogs are loud. And then now here is the difficult part. What do we name these things? You guys can't hear them? That's good. Yeah, this is the real tricky part here. I mean, we could just name them something like first moon, second moon, third moon, salir. But that. I mean, that is a way, but that just feels weird. Oh, see you in a bit, Congress. What if we... Oh, since these are one word. One sec, I'll be right back. The dogs are barking at some... Okay, I am back. I've sent someone to check on the dogs because they are loud. Probably just a mailman. We could do something like this, though. So it's literally first growing moon, second growing moon, third growing moon. And we could also add this in as a way to what ordinal numbers? And mark that as a possible thing. And then this would follow the same pattern of that would be highly wrong. And that is a way to name our days. Or at least it can be a placeholder until something better is thought of. But that is a fairly solid way to name the days. Days of the week. And now that we have that, we can go on to do year, biennium, decades, millennium, etc. Just to mark the passage of time. I think I want to do the biennium first. And I think I will make that its own independent root. Yeah. Is that so? I like that. I like this one. So, biennium. And that is the creaky voice. So, Karna is the name of the biennium. And then a year would literally be gotta think of a word for half. Cent. Do we have many? We don't have many homophones yet, so that's good. So this will be a half to be half. It's an adjective, but since it's a common phrase, the key is dropped. I think I have key for adjectives now. Yeah. And this would be a year or a half biennium. I'll just rename this to be a year and this to be a half year. these as well. Oop. This. So 16 months. Okay. And I think for these ones, it'll be fairly straightforward. Again, doing something like something like that. And then something like that as well. Just go up from there. Though if we wanted to, we could have extreme reduction to something like that. Yeah, let's do something like that. I am happy with that. Ooh, we have a little friend in the thing. The anonymous narwhal. Which one of you guys is the anonymous narwhal? Do. And now again, we gotta think up of names, this time for the micro units. So a tick, minute, hour, by hour. We We could probably best just to think up of roots that would be related to them. Huh. A stereotypical villager noise, and we will make that we will make that to tick click, because when observers go, they go click 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 repeatedly. So to tick click, and then we can probably have a second have zero derivation down into a noun, giving us a word for the second, or the tick, or really a redstone tick. Then minute. Lar. Just simple as that. Narpa. Narpa. And we can make this a half narpa. Yeah. Again, if people have better ideas, leave them in the chat or on the Discord. But we are now done with the micro units. And we just have a few. Oh god. Okay, gotta think about how we're gonna make words for these. One sec, doing my cookie clicker on the side again. Okay. Now, what words would be good? Something we could do, and this probably makes the most sense, is to think of a word for noon and midnight. And so actually, for the word for morning or dawn or sunrise, we could have the warki. Is that the word for stay or is it ga? Just simple ga. And because it's probably an extremely common phrase, it can be shortened to that. And then we could do nya. Yeah, there we go. Nyanga. And so it's literally growing or rising sun, shrinking or setting sun. To shrink, set, to grow, rise. Or we could separate these, and so these without nga, ngar, and that would be set, rise, and then ngar makes it shrink or grow. And then R can be the word for size, girth, and all that stuff. And we might want to add the ngar back into here. And look at that, our dictionary is growing in size, though it's still a mess to look at. I really need to clean this up. Okay. Now, I think we're almost done. I think for this, I'm just gonna so noon is fu bar. Midnight is that a long ah? It is a long ah. And then midnight, noon, so before, and then I forgot about that. Did I change harmonization for? No, I did not. But this is after, later, before, earlier, and then just stealing this idea from Chinese again, because it is a good and quick and simple way to create these time words. There we go. And there we go. We now have our temporal units as well as the words for each unit, which I think is pretty swell. If you guys have any ideas for better names of the different times of day or the different days of the week, feel free to leave them, because while I am happy with these, how do I put this? I feel like they could be better. So, that is temporality done for now. I suppose the next step would be tackling that other thing of subordinate clauses. Which can either be difficult or the easiest thing we've ever done. Because one way to tackle subordinate clauses, aside from relative clauses, is to literally just place them with a conjunction after the main sentence or before. Which I think, why I struggle with that when, though we could, because in certain languages, subordinate clauses can only come before the clause, or they can only come after. Some languages are highly restrictive in how their subordinate clauses can work. English not really being one of them, but we could have I think what we can do is, let me go down here. Subordinate clauses are placed before main clause with the I think this is probably one of the better ways to do this. Just merge all this. There we go. So I will eat if you will eat. And then, what are other examples of subordinate conjunctions? What are other examples? I'm bad at thinking up examples. Yeah. I will sleep after I eat. Oh no, we've lost somebody. Who's still there? Or did you all go to separate tabs or windows? Let's see. Okay, so what did I make the word for I again? Only during my streams. Only when I'm streaming. Okay. So Huh. 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 God, I cannot remember. I'll just copy and paste it, so. Huh? Oh, shoot. I also need to think up a word for you. Font. There we go. Okay, so. Fire. Then the word for eat, if I remember correctly, was dong. Alright, this was E. Fire dong E. Hello, cat. There originally wasn't going to be, because I thought I was gonna be incapacitated, but I am not, and so I figured I should stream. We already have a word with la. Oh, that's to be, isn't it? La. La. No la there. Oh god, there goes my dogs again. Yeah, okay. So, if, that will be the word. La will be the word for if. So this will literally translate to you, us, voice mark, eat, agent, if I... Am I copying from Tokipona? Oh no. I didn't realize I actually don't know much about the grammar of Tokipona aside from its extremely small base vocabulary. Which part of this did I borrow from Tokipona without realizing it? As in, it's the if conjunction. Got it. Whoops. Oh well. Actually, do I have a word for sleep yet? I do not have a word for sleep. I will lie down after I eat. There we go. Just so I don't have to create a new word right now. Yeah. Well, eventually we're going to have to start broadening a lot of our grammatical words in meaning as well. Because there's only so many syllables we can have in our language. Yeah. Dangi. And then, what was what I did for next before war after there we go. Just repurpose that what I created earlier, and then we can probably do drop the subject if the subordinate has, if the subject VM of this main clause and sub clause are the same one, the other can be dropped, which I think makes some fair sense, as you don't need to double mark. I'll leave it here for now. To lie down. I need to clean this up. I say that every time. Probably still gonna be a bit, but there we go. And then just copy and paste these over here so it can be, we can see the dropping. And this will be I eat IVM eat agent after IVM lie down agent. And these are literally the same sentence, but with just one of the voice marked I's being dropped. And that is how subordinate clauses will work in this language. Yes, sirree. What do you guys think about that? Too basic? Should we do something a bit more complicated, or does that seem good enough? Seems good for now? That's good. And now the problem is, we have gotten to, I think, every conlanger's worst nightmare is getting the majority of the basic grammar down so you can start actually making sentences and words. And now you just making sentences and conversation, but now you just need to actually make the words for everything. The more advanced, because you can't really do the more advanced grammatical aspects without words to accompany them, which always sucks. So more grammar, more words. Okay, so let's see. We have high tone. Ooh! Yes, I've been using awkwards. It's awkwards as it's spelled right here, word generator. you can put in the different phonemes you use in your language, or different phones, and then you can also make syllable/word structures. So like here I can have a CV with the tone, so like ya. I could have a CV word with a tone. The parentheses there meaning that it's optional. And I'm going to be using this to make up a lot of the roots and whatnot. But before we get into that, we have... Hey look, Alethros, here's your idea. Unfortunately, because of the way ticks work, we couldn't do your idea exactly, but we were able to stick in the base 2 fairly well. But animacy hierarchy. So we should be able to define an animacy hierarchy, and alongside that, we can also help narrow down what measure words we're going to be using, or measure word classes. So so I think first merge these together. So obviously we're going to have personal pronouns first. There we go. Followed by testificates. So they're professions, names, etc. Followed by animals or monsters. We can figure out if they can be interchangeable or if one comes before the other later. And then so animals, monsters. Plants, items, blocks, and we can have this animacy hierarchy due to the fact that we mark the role of the subject on the role of the noun on the noun itself. Well, are there bad animals? I mean, animals I see as the neutral mobs, like sheep, cows, and whatnot. Passive. The aggressive mobs as monsters, and then neutral mobs probably still as monsters because they will attack you. But oof. I mean, we can, but I feel iffy about that. But animals, monsters, or neutral. We'll leave that as placeholder. And then But I like the idea of animals have high tone, monsters have low tone, as low tone has negative connotations and high tone has positive tone. Yes, that category is basically other mobs. And then maybe we can have squid/fish after that. So, oh, did not mean to merge all that. Squid, fish, plants, items, blocks. And then after all that, I'd say others. And the interesting thing here, though, is that if you pick up a block in your inventory, would you still classify that as a block, or would you classify it as an item? That could have some interesting divergence between the different speakers of the language, which could become dialectal later on. I like that idea. There will be dialectal variation, Cat, because remember, right now we're making the Koine language for all villagers, and then we'll have one dialect or language, depending on how divergent we want them to be, based on the villager type. So plains villagers will have a different variant from the savannah villagers, though they might be more related to each other than, say, the plains and savannah to the swamp villagers or jungle villagers. So maybe we have a suffix for when the block gets picked up as an item. Suffix for when block is an item. I like that idea. Put that there. But we have animacy hierarchy. I'll leave that there. Our language is not as analytical as I was originally planning. Nasal spreading. We have our duplication. Okay, and that is some of those goals achieved-ish. Voice stops become prenasalized after a nasal vowel. Or before a nasal vowel. There we go. That seems fairly good. So I will say creating new words for this language will be easier, as there is a very defined list of items and blocks and animals and mobs and all that stuff in the game. So we basically just need to make up words for all of those. But as I mentioned earlier, this is usually the part of a language when I'm creating that I get lost and do not know what to do. Aside from creating a bunch of example sentences and creating words and grammatical structure, yeah, there is a lot here. I'm quite happy with what we have. It's just I always get lost around this point. I mean, if you guys want, we're coming up to the end anyways, so we'll move away from Herng for now. If you want, I'll show you my other Conlangs that I'm working on. I'm currently transferring them from a different Sheet app to Google Sheets, but I have, like, all of them are stuck at this exact point where I have a lot of the grammar created for it, but I don't have a lot else besides that. Oof, I forgot to transfer this. Ooh, I know you say that as a joke, but Herobrine, a mythical figure? Create a little mythology around Herobrine for the villagers? I will share them eventually, probably. That is, if I don't give up on them like I have given up on most of my other Conlangs. Oh, I still need to transfer this one fully as well. I don't... This one? My Floitig Conlang? Herng has Herobrine, yes. Yeah, but if this is only talking about Elethros, it's a somewhat Germanic inspired Conlang that originally was going to be very Germanic, but then I decided to just have some influence of Germanic in it before changing over to something original as well. So if we look here, the grammar I've transferred so far, we have the finite verb is placed first in the basic sentence with the semantic verb coming last and the subject and the object squished in between. If there's a topic, it goes before the finite verb and the semantic verb agrees with it in gender if the noun is singular. The default gender is neuter for no topic or for plural topic. I'd love to learn Old Norse. Ich lerne Deutsch, aber es ist sehr schwer und ich bin nicht gut mit das. That's probably completely ungrammatical. I'm sorry if there's anybody who speaks German fluently watching. I just butchered that, probably. But yeah, I posted it on a sample sentence of it on r/conlangs a while ago, and a lot of people really dug the Icelandic vibe. Deutsche Sprache, schwere Sprache. There was a phrase a friend of mine who speaks German gave me. The German language wants... I think that was... It was something like this, but in German. Die deutsche Sprache willst du zu wissen, sie ist klüger als dich, or something like that. Steve is a force of nature. He falls from thousands of blocks and then lands in a puddle of water and doesn't get hurt. He tears down entire villages and kidnaps the villagers for his own evil machinations. Anyway, that will be all for the stream today. I do not know if I will continue streaming her 2 days a week, or if I might narrow it down to 1 day now that we're just mainly in vocab collection. So if you guys have any idea of what I should stream the other day, either Monday or Wednesday, feel free to leave a suggestion behind, rather probably in one of the comments here. Of course, if you have any suggestions for her itself, like any grammatical thing we should do with it, or anything to do with the language, leave a comment or go to the Discord link in the description. Yeah, probably Conlanging, just not her, or something we could do is just scroll through various subreddits as well. Why aren't you? There we go. So r/. Wow, this is very slow today. A perfect example of what you find on this accursed subreddit. So yeah, Friday I'll continue with the Minecraft stream. Monday I'll probably do her, and Wednesday I might do this, or I might start a new Conlang project. Oh, we could do something else that is language related as well. But either way, it is the end of the time, and I will bid you all adieu.